स्वागतम्। अद्य बुधवासरः दिनाङ्कः 21तमः 21st of March. Let's do the Mangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate. Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Ramena Bhiyata Nishacharachamu. Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram. Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittale Sada Bhutave. Bhorama Mamudhara. Rama Rameti Rameti. Rame Rame Manorame. Sahasranama Tattuliyam. Rama Nama Varanane. Shri Rama Nama Varanana. Om Nama Iti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani. I Un Rilruk. E ong I ouch hayavarat lan nyamanga na nam jabang gadadash jabagadadash kapa cha 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 tav kapai sha sha sar hal. Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay, let us we were continuing with this Ramayanam, and we have the Tika Akaras here, and we have the Gita based translations, so we should have, and we have done most of these topics before. So let us continue. We are on page number, again today is March 21, Ekavimshatitamaha Dinankaha. We are on page 151. Okay, on this page, Dvitiya Shlokaha. Asmin Patre Kanyaya cha Pitargrahe Vanavasaha Shruto Maya Vikshinyaha Shamavrittaya Mama Matar Ihagrataha. Kanyaya cha Pitargrahe Vanavasaha Shruto Maya Vikshinya Shamavrittaya Mama Matar Ihagrataha. Even reading this, as I say, even reading clearly, loudly, Naspashtam Uchaihi Shanaihi. That will also eventually give you the knowledge of the language. It takes a lot of effort. The language demands a lot of effort, but it is one of the ways to get familiar with the language. Grammar is one thing, but you also get familiar with the language by more reading, understanding, and you may not understand all the grammar rules, but try to absorb as much as you can along the way. Okay, and as I said, every pass that you make, you'll get more and more understanding. So Padachada is Kanyaya Cha Pituhu Grihe Vanavasaha Shrutaha Maya Vikshinyaha Shamavrittayaha Mama Matuhu Iha Agrataha. Now some of the rules we have practiced a lot, so we are not doing them in detail in this class. For example, here we have Shruto Maya. It is Shrutaha plus Maya from Shruto Maya. So of course we get the sutram Hashicha sutram, which is 61114. 61114. Should always make it a nice habit to check these rules, check the vritti, and make sure that everything that you are doing is, that you're applying the sutras correctly. So 61114, Hashicha is a very, very old rule which we have been doing, but now you have to be 100% sure of these rules and practice them, and eventually teach them if you can to somebody. It says Hashi Parataha, says Ataha Uttarasya Roho Ukaradesha Bhavati. So first of all we get Sasajusho Ruhu, then we got a Makara, which is the Hash letter following, then we get the Ru becomes a Ukara Deshaha, and then we get Adgunaha Shruto Maya. And same thing, similar thing here, Shamavrittayaha Mamo, also Visarga Sandhi. We get Sasajusho Ruho, and Bho Bhago Agho Apurvasya Yoshi, then Hali Sarvesham. Again on the website we have these examples over and over and over and over again. 8317 Bho Bhago Agho Apurvasya Yoshi. Then after that you get a Yakara Deshaha, then Hali Sarvesham. This down here, Hali Sarvesham. Okay, and in terms of Subanta Prakriya, here we have Matuhu, Pituhu, both are Shashti Ekavachanam, And so we get matru plus nyas or pitru plus nyas anubandha lopaha lashakvatadyate. Then na vibhakta utasmaha stops the sakaraka from getting the sanya. And then we get the rita ut sutram. This is the last sutram. And the adhikara of ekah pura parayoh is rita ut. Rita ut. The adhikara of ekah pura parayoh, which starts from 6184. That ends in rita ut. What does rita ut say? The anuvritti is coming down of nyasi nasoscha. Say a rikaraha followed by the akara of nyasi or nyas pura parayoh. In place of the rikara and the akara of nyasi or nyas, we get the ukara desha. Then uranra paraha. So we get pitar atva matar sa. And then of course we get that gets the entire samudaya gets the padasanya by suptingantam padam. And then after that we apply sanyogantasya lopaha after checking with ratsasya. Ratsasya says that when in the sanyogantam, if repa is the pura varnaha, then only sakara can take lopa following that. So this is fine because we have pitur sa or matur sa, so we can do sanyogantasya lopaha with the permission of ratsasya. Ratsasya only gives us permission. Ratsasya is a niyama sutra. It says the sanyogantasya lopaha iti sutrasya kshetram sankochayati, means it only limits the field of application of sanyogantasya lopaha. In this case we are fine because we have a repa followed by sakara, we can use ratsasya. But check with all these vrittis, always pay your respect to the vrittikaraha. One thing which I have said in the class repeatedly is pay your respect to the vrittikaraha. They have spent their lives for us, writing the vrittis for us, so always check with the vrittikaraha. He is your guide. He is your teacher at all times. So vrittikara, what does he say? What does Bhattoji say? You should imagine like Bhattoji is on your side right now. He is available to you to teach you all the time, simply by reading the vritti. So if what does he say is that rephat sanyogantasya sasyaiva lopaha nanyasya. So rephat sanyogantasya sasya eva lopaha na anyasya. So with the permission of that, we use sanyogantasya lopaha and we get matuh pituh. Shashti ekavachanam. Okay. Now, there is no tingantam padam. But as I mentioned in the previous class is that these kritanta padani, they do the job of a tingantam padam. So you can always supply abhavat or asid, or you can supply something like that. So because here we don't have any tingantam padam, but this shrutaha conveys the meaning of it. It almost carries with it that tingantam padam, which it is so obvious. Still the fact remains that ekating vakyam is correct, but it is spashtatvat nauchyate prayana. Okay, it is very clear and straightforward. No point repeating over and over again. So maya shrutaha abhut or asit or babhuva. Okay, so what is simple sentence here is maya shrutaha. Maya of course is tritiya. Ekvachanam. Shrutaha is dhatu shru. Shravane. These dhatus also are the building blocks of the whole language. So always keep the dhatu patha by your side because the entire language spawns from dhatu patha. You add the pratyayas and everything. Ultimately, the buck stops in dhatu patha. Because nobody can ask the question. We can always ask, but I guess, it is why does shru means to hear? That answer, that's just the way the Vedas are. So all these dhatus came from the Vedas. So these dhatus were there. So shru shravane is a sutra there. And it say anudattupadeshaha. And therefore the mention of anudattupadeshaha means that always check with the sutram 7 to 10. Because the pratyaya ta is being added over here, which is the kta pratyaya, nishtha pratyaya, ktattavatu nishtha, by the sutram 3 to 102, which you have seen many times. Sutram is nishtha. In the bhuti adhikara, sutram nishtha, bhuti adhikara, sutram nishtha. So bhute starts from 3 to 84. As we also mentioned many times in the class, these adhikaras of bhute from 3 to 84, vartamane from 3 to 123, and bhavishyati from 333. So they go in according to time, in the order of time, kalanukramena. So that adhikara is there. 333 bhavishyati. So in the bhuti adhikara is sutram called nishtha. So in the conveying the sense of a past action which happened in the past. So this, and normally we are kartari krit, but then 3, 4, 67 is kartari krit, but the nishtha pratyaya, the kta pratyaya. See, taktava two are both nishtha, but the kta pratyaya, it can be used only in the passive because of tayoreva krityakta kadarthaha. There's nothing new in this class today. In today's class is hardly anything new now. Everything, all I'm saying in this today's class is all repeat from prior classes. So far I've said nothing new in the class today. In fact, the whole class today there'll be maybe one small thing here and there, but there's nothing new in today's class. So, which is good. Now we're at the end of the book, so we should only be practicing what we have learned. So far I've said nothing new today. I'm only repeating. I'm of course trying to choose how much to repeat and what to repeat. Otherwise, there's, the class is kind of over in a sort of way to speak. So toirava krityakta kadartaha, it's in the passive. Then what happens is that because the karta then tritiya vibhakti, in this case the kartri, Sita, is tritiya krityakaranayos tritiya. Krityakaranayos tritiya. This is sutram. So it's maya. And then what happens is, in terms of completing the prakriya of shuru plus kita anubandha lope lashak patadite, because of the kitvat guna nishedha, vektiniticha, but you check for the idagamaha, because ardha dhatuka valadehe. But then when you check 7 to 35, always check 7 to 10. And 7 to 10 list those dhatus which end in a ach, which are udaktaha. And in that list we only have udrudantaihi, yauti rukshno shing snu nu kshu shvi ding shribhi vring vring bhyancha vinaika chojanteshu nihataha smutaha. Dhatu shu is not in this list. Nudakta padeshaha, so it's in nishedha. So simple sentence is, was heard by me. What was heard by me? Vanavasaha. Vanevasa. Straightforward Tatpurusha compound, Saptami compound is Vanevasaha. So Vanavasa was heard by me. So in English you would say I heard about living in the forest. And this maya sarvanama shabdaha, and kanyaya maya. By me, who was a young girl at that time, I heard about this prospect of living in the forest. And where did I hear? And this cha is a connecting word. As we mentioned many times, it goes one word later, idiomatically, than in English. You would say in English on top of the sentence, you would say and. You say kanyaya cha. You don't say cha kanyaya. So these connecting words don't appear at the beginning of the sentence. I mean, there's no sutram for that, just the way the language is, And then pitur grihe, in my father's house, when I was yet a young girl, Vanavasaha means residing in the forest, was heard about by me, or I heard about it. And from whom did I hear about? Bhikshinyaha shamavruttayaha. You can take these as, of course, this is declined like nadi shabdaha, Bhikshinyaha, get anyadyaha, and here shamavruttayaha, so yarapaha. So all these sutras, let's not, I think these we should know by now. But in bhikshinyaha, bhikshini, it's nadivat pratipadikam, nadivat shabdaha, and there we have to use, of course, arnadyaha. Arnadyaha has to be used, and then that will come here. Sambuddhaucha arnadyaha, and then samavruttayaha will be declined like Sita Shabda, Lata Shabda, Rama Shabdaha, Yarapaha. You can take either as Panchami Bahuvachanam, Panchami Ekavachanam or Shashti Ekavachanam. Take it Panchami Ekavachanam, we can directly say from a hermitess. Bhikshini is, Bhiksha. Bhiksha is, like begging for alms, basically. Begging is a bad word. Bhiksha is not something which is to be looked down upon. Bhiksha is a very honorable thing to do. And in the old days, Bhiksha was a honorable thing to do because it subdues your ego when you go for Bhiksha. So anyway, so maybe not today, but in the old days. So Bhiksha, so one who, like a mendicant. So a mendicant woman, from her. Now Bhikshinyaha, I put a note in the document here. Bhikshinyaha, how is this word formed? Okay. Now in this adhikara of Again, nothing new, just revising what you learned before. Adhikara of tadasya asti asminiti matup, which you studied in detail in the full 2-3 classes. There we have a sutram which says ata ini thanau, that pratyaya ini and pratyaya than can be used matuparthe only if you have adantam pratipadikam. We are on the adhikara right now of nya pratipadikat. Right now we don't have that. We have bhiksha as a adantam pratipadikam. We cannot use ata ini thanau. But we know there's a next rule, vriyadibhyascha. Vriyadibhyascha says that even these words can take the pratyaya ini or than. So then this, again, all these ganas, you may not really find the word bhiksha in 52116, but this is where the commentators can help us. Remember, now we have learned Vyakaranam. So commentators cannot kind of say anything which you don't understand. You should be able to check what the commentator says. And here Govindarajaha says, Vriyaditvat inihi. So, if you don't know grammar, if you look at this comment, what does it mean? What does it mean? Vriyaditvat inihi. It doesn't have any meaning. What is Vriyaditvat? So that is why we have learned Vyakaranam now. You can say, this is pratyaya ini is coming like Dandin, Chakrin, Gadin. Like Gadin. Take a word like Gadin. Now Gada is ending in an akara. So there also we could not have used like a word like Mayin. So Mai, Ishvaraha Mai. So Maya is ending in an akara. The Gada ends in an akara. Same thing here. Bhiksha ends in an akara. We cannot use atta in it now. But Vriyadibhyascha is available to us. Anyway, so commentator does say here, Vriyaditvadinihi. So to Ramayanam has many commentaries. I have about 3 or 4 of them. One of them is the Bhushana Tika by Govindarajaha. I think he's South Indian commentator, but he gives some more grammar points occasionally more than the others. He's Vriyaditvad inihi. So now, even the words in the Vriyadi Ganaha, which may not have the word Bhiksha in it, but we can extend some other. Otherwise, there's no way to get the Pratyaya ini really. It's more difficult to get that. Anyatha Durlabha. So we cannot otherwise get it. So 52116 Vriyadibhyascha. We can check Vriyadi Ganaha. And there are some complications Gana which you have seen previously, but for time being we can just take it. So Vrihi, Maya, Shikha, Mekhala, Sanya, Balaka, Mala, Veena, Badava, Ashtaka. In there. So unfortunately it is now Yes, I'm not seeing the word Bhiksha over here. The word Shala is there, all these are there. But as you said, we can take it and extend that, okay? These ganas are stretchable, okay? So, and then we just follow Bhiksha, Asyaha, Astiti Bhikshani, one who has Bhiksha. One who has doesn't mean like she possesses it, like a Gadin, like a Main, or like Chakrin, like a Chakri, or, it is not, means it doesn't have to be like holding in her hand, but which has in the sense of she subsists on Bhiksha. That is a subsistence, So that tadasya asti means that a little bit you have to just not just like you're holding it in your hand all the time, something like that, And we also see the specialized meaning of that, in which special meanings it comes. So if you want to go and listen, revise your notes, look at 5294, tadasya asti asminniti matuppa. Okay, so Bhiksha Asyaha Astiti Bhikshani, and the steps are straightforward. Once you get that's the good news in Tadhitas. Once you get the Sutram, Prakriya is Sulabha, Lagvi Prakriya. Sutra Lava, so Sutra Prapto Kashtam. Prakriya Sulabha is, it is, to find the Sutram is difficult. Once you find it is straightforward. So we just going to the Lopaha by Upadesha Jananasika Tasya Lopaha, and then of course Samudaya gets the Prajvadi Sanya, Krithita Samasashcha Supodhatu Prajvadika Yoho. And then of course Yachibham Yasyeticha we've used many times. And Bhikshin and Striyam we get the Sutram Rinnebhyo Nip. Rinnebhyo Nip. Nothing can be used in the feminine unless it passes the checkpoint of Striyam. In that Sutram it says Rinnebhyo Nip. So if a Pratipadikam, Adhikar of Nya Pratipadika, if Pratipadikam ends in a Rikaraha or a Nakaraha, Pratyaya Nip has to be used in the feminine. So we have the Pratyaya Nip, we get Bhakshini, and then of course Anubandha Lopaha, the Shikvataditi Halantyam. Then after that we get the Atkapvangnum Vyavayepi, and we get Bhikshini, because there is the Murdhanya Shakara there, it's Nimittam. So Bhikshinyaha we can take as a Panchami or as a Shashti. If we take Panchami, we have heard from a mendicant woman. Or if we take Shashti, we can say Bhikshinyaha Mukhat. We supply Mukhat. Bhikshinyaha Mukhat. So we can supply that. So that is the other way out. We can take, let me see what the commentator has done. Okay, I guess we can take either one. I'm trying to see if any of them have given the Kanyaya, Bhikshinyaha. Okay. Okay, so I guess let's see what Gita Press has done also. Anyway, we can take Panchami or Shashti. If we take Panchami means Sapadani means from her. I heard it from her. So if we make Shashti, I've heard it from her mouth. Supply Mukhat. Shamavrittayaha is Samadhikaranam Bhikshinyaha. So Shamaha, Vrittam, Yasyaha sa. So one whose disposition is quietude. So he didn't make Shamavad Vrittaya. It should be Shamavad Vrittayaha. That what is understood. That, her attitude or her disposition, was Shamaha is, calmness. So we can make it, so her disposition was calmness, or was endowed with calmness. Shamavad Vrittayaha. So it says that Shamavrittayaha. Let's see what the commentator says. Shamavad Acharayaha. Shamavad Acharayaha. So the Shamadamadi Sampannayaha. The meaning is straightforward. It's one whose disposition or whose character or whose behavior was calm. Shamavritta, of course, Bhaviri compound. So Shamaha Vrittam Yasyaha sa. And then, of course, at the end of that, you add Ajadyata shtap. You put the top on top in the feminine. Akasame Dirgha. And decline like Lata Shabda Vrittayaha. And then Mamamatuho. Now here's the little complication here now. See, this is a Ramayana, I said to you. There will always be little things here and there which you have to tweak. This Iha is a bit confusing now. This Iha is, see, Matur Agrataha is in front of my mother. That is fine. So I heard in my father's house, when I was as a young girl, I heard about residing in the forest from a mendicant woman whose disposition was calm. And I heard this in front of my mother. But then what is the Iha now? Iha means Atra. She's already married now. She is in Dasharatha's place. She's talking about, hearing in her father's house. What is the Iha doing over here? Now what is the Iha is here? What is the Iha? Kasmad Iha, Agataha Iha. How can the Iha come over here? So that we have to look for some commentary, and he says that Iha iti uttara shlokan vai is what the commentator says. Iha iti atratya iha iti uttara shlokan vai means that Iha goes with the next shlokaha. Uttara shlokan vai means it connects. Anvayam means connects. So this Iha connects with the next shlokaha. This is where we need the commentators, because otherwise you say, I have heard it here in my father's house. Doesn't make sense. I heard it in my father's house and I heard it here in front of my mother. That also doesn't make, because she's talking about when she was a kanya. See, kanya means she's not married. Okay, so she's not married. So when she heard as a young girl in her father's house, then where is the Iha coming? Already she's married, she's come to Ayodhya now, so she cannot be there. So this Iha, take the commentator, says, iti uttara shlokan vai means connect with the next word. So this is where you can use the commentaries. You don't have to read the whole books, because don't be scared. See, people say, look at the commentaries, say, I'm so scared of these big books. Look at a single word Iha and see what the Tikakara has to say. Don't have to look at the whole, volumes and volumes. Just go to the one shloka and the one word. And clearly he says, uttara shlokan vai. It connects with the next shloka. That's all you need. That's the only thing you need to look at a single word. This is one way to look at the commentaries, by the way. Look at a single word which you have a question about. try to pick that out if it is there and see what the commentator has to say. Don't like keep roaming around, looking and get confused and getting scared of the whole big books in front of you. Find the one single word and see what he has to say. Okay, so let's see the transition becomes. So we leave the Iha for the next shloka. It says that, okay, let's just follow Gita Press. Now we did the translation ourselves. Let me do the Gita Press. So let us see. And that's the final check now. We check with Gita Press. They are doing exactly what we are doing. They look at all the tikas and they have all the good translations and then they translate and using, of course, their own judgment. Okay. This is number 13 in the Gita Press edition. It says, and see, Gita Press has taken 13, 14 together, because they know the Iha goes with the next verse. They've taken 2 together. Okay. So while I was still unmarried, that is a Kanya. Kanya is unmarried girl. Unmarried. The prediction about my dwelling in the forest, that is Vanavasaha. The prediction is understood in there. So Bhavi Vanavasaha is the future dwelling in the forest that understood, was heard, Shrutaha, is in the Bhute Adhikaraha, by me, Maya, in my father's, that my is understood, Pituhu, father's, house is Grahe, from, into bracket, the mouth of, see that's what I'm saying, so from the mouth of, so that mouth of is understood. In English we say, I heard it from him. We say I heard it from his mouth, that mouth of is understood. A hermitess, Bhikshinyaha, spending her life in quietism, Shamavrittayaha, in the presence, Agrataha, of my mother, Maturagrataha. See, if you just, as I said to you, Ramayana is 24,000 shlokas. If you can keep on following the Gita presentation like that and doing your homework, they will really be fearless. You'll really learn the whole language extremely well. And if you cannot figure out every word, doesn't matter. At least figure out at least as many as you can. And you can put a question mark. Put a question mark. I don't know where this word is coming from. Then come back to it again. So, okay, Agrataha, final point, Agrataha, Prushtataha, Madhyataha. Where is this word? This is, the sutram is Panchamya Stasil. Now that is clearly we cannot use here. First of all, Agrataha means Agre over here. Panchamya Stasil is over here. Secondly, more importantly, is Panchamya Stasil is coming in this section about Kim Sarvanama Bahubhyo Bahubhyo Dvyadibhyaha. So only some of the Sarvanama Shabdaha and Bahu, Kim, Sarvanama, Bahu, up to, so Sarvanama Shabdaha up to Dvi. So not including Dvi, Advyadibhyaha, but including Kim. So, and the word Bahu. Anyway, so these are only the word which can take this Pratyaya Tasil. Right now we have Agra. It's not in that list. But then what is a very important Vartikam, which comes under, which we have seen in the class, is this, in this Sutram 5444, important Vartikam, which says, Tasil Prakarane, Adyadvya Upasankhyanam. So the like Aditaha, Adyadvya Upasankhyanam. So this Adyadi is this beginning with Adi. So Adi is the Adi of which. So it is a set of words, Adi, etc. Can also take this Pratyaya Tasi, can take the Pratyaya Tasi in the sense of any karaka. This is the Vibhakti. This is called Sarva Vibhaktikaha Tasihi. Sarva Vibhaktikas Tasihi. Sarva Vibhaktikas Tasihi. So if you see the commentator saying, Sarva Vibhaktikas Tasihi, this is what he's talking about. This is Vartikam on 5444, which we have seen, I think, in many times. So if you see the Pratyaya Tas, which is being used not after the Sarvanama Shabda, which are coming in 5.3, which is not in the sense of Panchami, then remember this Vartikam, which is, see, this is the Vartikam on 5.4, Tasi Prakarane, Adyadibhya, Adi, Adyadibhya Upasankhanam. So, following words, Adi, etc. Also, Tasi can be used in this, and this is what is called as the Sarva Vibhaktikas Tasihi. So, Agrataha means Agre. Parshvataha means parshve, on the side, and so, and so on and so forth. Like spash, like, vastutaha, paramarthataha. So all these are coming from this very important Vartikaman 5.4.44. So look at that one. Okay, then let's go to the next shloka. So we take iha coming down here. Prasad, so iha prasaditascha vai purvam tvam me bahutitham prabho gamanam vanavasasya kangshitam hi sahat tvaya. So prasaditascha vai purvam tvam me bahutitham prabho gamanam vanavasasya kangshitam hi sahat tvaya. Let me take the iha down there. Prasaditaha cha vai purvam tvam me bahutitham prabho gamanam vanavasasya kangshitam hi saha tvaya. Again the same thing here. There are these, you have prasaditaha and kangshitam. These are functioning like kind of verbs because they bring in with that. So you have, so prasaditaha means that tvam maya prasaditaha. Now this may is used loosely in the sense of maya. So now how do we justify that now again? Because may is only, mayam me or mama me. Then how do we justify? Because we have prasaditaha. You have been, made gracious. So prasad means prasanna has to be gracious, to be pleased, to be happy, So like prasada we say is grace. Prasaditaha means made gracious, means you have been propitiated or you have been requested by me. So this is the dhatu sad with the nich pratyaya in there. So prasadayati means to make somebody happy, to make somebody, what should I say, inclined to grace you. So that is called prasaditaha. So the dhatu is shadl, which is in dhatu part here. So to make somebody like favorably inclined towards you, to make somebody favorably inclined. So prasannaha is to be favorably inclined, or to be gracious, or to be pleased, I guess, prasannaha. But prasaditaha means to be made somebody favorably inclined. So dhatu is here. It is here. Dhatu sad. It will be here. So dhatu is shadl. It comes in two ganas, bhadi gana, tudadi gana. Then we add the pratyaya nich. Then atopadhaya make it sadi. And saditaha, only thing when is sadi plus the same pratyakta. But no, sadi is a new dhatu by sanadyanta dhatavaha. And then it gets the idagamaha. Idagama is only stopped by 7 to 10 for those dhatu which are ekach. So ekach upadeshanu dhattat. When you form a derived dhatu, it becomes an ekach. So we cannot use 7 to 10. So we got sadi plus ita. And then we use nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. And my favorite example in the Gita, Muhitam nabhijanati, mamebhya paramam vyayam, Muhitam nabhijanati. Let's inaugurate Bhagavad Gita for today. Muhitam nabhijanati, mamebhya param, Devi yesha gunamayi, mamamaya duratyaya. So there you can nishtayam seti, nishtayam seti, nishtayam seti, nishtayam seti. So here also comes mohitaha. Kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha. Chapter 4 of Gita. Then mohitam nabhijanati, here it comes. So this is the moha in the word mohitaha. That we don't know that the ikara here is not the nishtha. Sorry, excuse me, it is not the nich pratyaya. It is the idagama. The nich has taken lopaha by nishtayam seti. Again, nothing new in today's class. We have seen this many times previously. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam. Because Parayasutram is nirniti. Anirada vardhatuke parene lopasya. Then comes nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. So we use a lot. We have used it. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. in 10 classes we have used this. So it has been used like choditaha, right? Same thing. We take sad and then make it sadi. We have to use atopadhayaha, add the pratyakta, anubandha lopaha, idagamaha, and then nishtayam seti. We have used in 10 classes. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes. So it has been used a lot. So you have been requested by me. You have been made to be favorably inclined by me. Okay, coming back to may now. So here we had maya shataha. So what about this may? Now the sutram which we saw in the earlier class, that was only for that sutram that we saw in an earlier class, which was this one, which is the we have looked at this one, which is Krityanam Kartariva. This is only Krityanam. This Pratyaya Nishtha, not a Kritya Pratyaya. Kritya only comes in 3.1 from 3.195 to about 3.130 something. So this one is not that. So this is no application here. Then first we start with, so then it says, so Maya. So it should be Maya. It should not be, May should be Maya. Now what about Krityakarmanayos Kriti? Sorry. Krityakarmanoha Kriti. Krityakarmanoha Kriti. Now what about that one? Because that has a nisheda of nalokavya nishtha. Kalartatranam. So nishtha pratyay is being used. So this Krityakarmanoha Kriti normally would have come. So you would have had Shashti Bhakti here. But that cannot be you because this nisheda has come over here. So there are two ways to justify the usage now, which is may. So may either mayami or mama may. It's probably mama may. So how do we justify that? Should have been maya. Same sutram 2.3.18. Kartyakarmanayos tritiya. Kartyakarmanayos tritiya. But then we can either say this sutram which is na lokavya nishtha kalartattanam has not been honored here. That's one way to look at it. You can say mama, and then the other way to say it is that, maybe somehow we can say tasya vartamane. Vartamane ktaha maybe could be that maybe, but these are all things. Another way to do it is that we can take the may as an avyayam. Instead of taking it as the Subantam Padam, take it as an avyayam. And then what we can say is that may is what is called the Vibhakti Patirupakam avyayam. Just like a word aham in ahankaraha, the word mama in mamata, the word sthane in Gita. So like that we can take may as an avyayam. And then that avyayam can stand for other vibhakti. So we have to somehow tweak that to justify that. So the Shashti, or we can say finally there's one more way out, the Shashti Sheshe. See, when the speaker does not want to express the particular karaka in its particular sense, he can always use Shashti in a miscellaneous sense. These are the various ways of justifying this Shashti word. See, bhaktis are an art form. They're not like, of course, when we compose, we should not be using these kind of things. But when we have to justify them, we can look at different ways to justify the Shashti. Take Shashti Sheshe. We can take may as an avyayam. Maybe we can use one of these sutras over here. Is that this one has not been honored. Maybe can we try to fit in tasya vartamane. Maybe try to do that. So we can use these various tactics. But bottom line is that you have been propitiated by me, and indeed, and Purvam means before. Puram means earlier, and Hey Prabhu means oh Lord, oh oh Master, you have been propitiated by me before. Also, why indeed. This again the cha is coming one word later than in English, and you have been indeed requested by me, propitiated by me before. Now, what is Bahutitham? This is Ramayanam. Is that 90% is we got it. But there's always one word, one thing which Valmiki uses there, which kind of pushes you one step forward. So this is the greatness of Valmiki. that he will push you like one step forward gently, slowly, slowly, slowly. In the last shloka, we had this vrihyadibhyascha. In this shloka, we have Bhautitam. The shloka is easy. It's kind of easy. We got most of the meaning. We got it. But then there's a small tweak that Valmiki gives. He'll put one little difficult thing in there, one small thing, which means even if you don't get it, it's okay. I mean, you got most of it anyway. And if you do want to, go a little bit further, you can look at. So Bhautitam. What is Bhautitam? So Bhautitam is this. You look at document here. The document Bhautitam is Bahunam Puranaha Bhautitaha. Means like the nth. Like first, second is Prathamaha, second is Ditiyaha, Titiyaha, Chaturthaha, and so on. Panchamaha, Shashtaha, Saptamaha. So Bhutitaha means the nth. So in English we say nth. So the th means it is the ordinal n. So nth. So it's for the manyth. So Bahunam Puranaha, the one which completes the many. Chatur, this is where the way Panini looks at it, is that when we say fourth, the fourth is the one that makes the number 4 complete. So Puranaha, he makes the 4 complete. This is the fourth. We say fourth, called the ordinal numbers. So that is a section which is, if you want to do some homework, you can. This also which you have seen in the class is maybe that time we're not recording the classes, but we have seen this in the class. Tasya Purne Dat. So Dat is the pratyaya which is used. In fact, here we do. So Tasya Purne Dat. So the pratyaya Dat comes over here. Tasya Purne Dat. So we use the pratyaya Dat. And then what happens is that after that, we get the Sutram 5 to 5. So we get Bahu plus Am plus Datta. Tasya Purne Datta. Adubandha Lopaha Chutu Halantyam. And then, of course, we get the Pradipadika Sanya Kriti Samasa. Don't forget we have the Rikar of Staditaha. Starts from 4176. And then comes this Bahu Puga Gana. So Bahu is in here. Bahu Puga Gana Sangasya Tithuk. Tithuk Agamaha. Tithuk Agamaha. So these words, which is Bahu, Puga, Gana and Sangha, they get Tithuk Agamaha. So let's look at this Vritya Sutram 5 to 52. This is what I'm saying about Ramayanam, is that you will slowly, gently, easily, you will learn all Vyakaranam. Everything you will learn without getting too scared and like giving up in between. So Bahupuga Gana Sangasya Tithuk. Bahupuga Gana Sangasya Tithuk. So he says that Bahupuga Gana, there's some typos here. Sangha Ityete Sham Dati Parataha. Tithuk Agamo Bhavati. So Bahunam Puranaha Bhautitaha. So who's the nth person? The nth thing. So of course when you get Tithuk, just to complete this one here, then Anubandha, Adyantau Tekitau, it goes to the end of Bahu. Halantyam Upadeshe Janu Nasika It. And then we do the then what happens is that then why not the T Lopa? Because by Yachibham, right? So we should get the says T Lopo Atrana Bhavati Tithuk, because we have Pratyaya is Dat. So it's a tit pratyaya. So then the sutram which coming is tehe 64140. Ditibhasya ter lopaha, right? 64143 tehe. Ditibhasya ter lopaha. Ditibhasya ter lopaha. 6416414, which we have used many times. 64143 we have used repeatedly, many times. At least 10 times before we have used Ditibhasya ter lopaha. Now why should that not be coming over here? Pratyaya was Dat. So then that is a dit pratyaya. He says that Ditibhasya ter lopaha. But then he says if we start doing T lopaha here, then what's the point of bringing the pratyaya Tithuk? Because there's no point of bringing the pratyaya Tithuk. Is Tithuk Vidhana Samarthyat. Tilopatra Bhavati. then there's no point in putting specific tituk as a pratyaya. If you're going to T-lopa on top of that, then no point in saying that tituk, the takara, ika will all be that will all be gone. So that's why T-lopo atrana bhavati. Tituk vidhana samarthyat. Tituk vidhana samarthyat. Okay, one more time. So we are in this section of tasya purane dat. Tasya purane dat. So this is, I'm sorry, tasya purane dat. Tasya, so sankhyayaha is coming here. Sankhyayaha. And then comes tasya purane dat. Tasya purane dat. So we look at that sutram, then we can look at that one also. So tasya purane dat. Tasya purane dat. Tasya purane dat. Tasya purane dat. So sankhyayaha. Saying is that tasya sashti samarthya sankhya vachinaha pratipadikaat purane iti etasmin arthe dat pratyaya bhavati. So puryate anena iti puranam. So yena sankhyanam puryate sampadyate satasyaha puranaha. So that by which a number is completed means the nth, the four, that last person in that group who makes that number complete. Tasya purane dat. And then we had, now by the way, first of all, even before that, we have to mention one thing here, is that how does Bahu get the Sankhya Sanya? Because Bahu is not really a number, is it? It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then it is Bahu Vati. So that is, in fact, Bahu is specifically mentioned by Panini, the Sutram, to get the Sankhya. So Bahu Gana Vatudati Sankhya, Bahu Gana Vatudati Sankhya. So with the Bahu gets the Sankhya Sanya by 123. I should put that here. So before we can even use, because Tasya Anivritya Sankhyayaha is Sankhya Vachinaha. So we have to first make sure that Bahu has a Sankhya Sanya by 123. Then we can use Tasya Purane Dat. And then we can get Tituk Agamaha by 5252. Bahu is mentioned here. And then we get the Tituk Vidhana Samarthyat T-lopo navati. If you want to practice examples, this is what I'm saying is that, see, just a small example like this, you learn so many things. We got to revise Tasya Purane Dat. We got to revise the Sankhya Sanya Vidhayaka Sutram, which is the Bahu Gana Vatu Dati Sankhya. So Bahu has a Sankhya Sanya. We also got to look at this Tituk Agamaha, which is a special sutram, and we also got this Nyapakam. But why no T-lopaha? So this is, as I said, 24,000 verses. This is only one verse. How much grammar we can learn. So you have been even here, ihacha, here also. You have been requested by me, you've been propitiated by me. For the nth time, bahutitham. For the nth time, you have been requested by me. And, for vanavasa. So vanavasartham is understood. And then second sentence is that we can say he is yasmat because, so try he can means yataha. You can say, okay, indeed, you can say indeed or because. Try the word because first. So because vanavasasya gamanam. This is again a shashti which is used kind of a little bit loosely. It can be vanavasaya gamanam maybe. But shashti is sambandha, so sambandha can be stretched in many ways. A general sambandha, so going or traveling for residing in the forest. See that? So the English for also works very well for many of these shashtis. The possession of, there's no limited meaning of the sambandha. The shashti sheshe doesn't have to always be like a possession that you own or something like that. It can be a connection. So this traveling, say for, dwelling in the forest, kank dhatu kanksha. So kankshitam, so set dhatu. And then maya, supply maya. Because traveling or going for residing in the forest with you, tvaya saha, is desired by me. So is maya kankshitam, has been longed for, is longed for by me. So because traveling or going for dwelling in the forest with you has been desired or is desired by me. Now, as I said to you, kankshitam, this nishtha, this nishthakta pratyaya, which we call the past passive participle, which I mentioned many times, is not a very good name because many times it is neither past nor passive. Clearly, in this example, kankshitam is passive for sure. Maya kankshitam doesn't have to be past because it is desired by me. It is longed for by me. It is still longed for by me, isn't it? In this case, actually, it is not past because she wants to go now to the forest with Sri Rama. So she said, it is desired by me. So now how do you fit in, how do you make it not past? Because we just said that this adhikara of bhute starts from 3 to 84. 3 to 84, in that section comes the sutra nishtha. But then what we can do is that we can, and Vartamane starts from 3 to 123. What we can do is that use these sutras at the end of 3.2, which is ni taktaha, which only dhatu, which has this ni as an it. We cannot use that, but this one we can use. Mati buddhi puja te bhyascha. So when you want to use nishtha ktaha in the present tense, then use this sutram. Mati buddhi puja te bhyascha. Okay, that's and this cha is used to include all kinds, extend the sutram. So anukta samuchayartha chakaraha, anukta samuchayaha, to include those things which are not been specifically mentioned. So we can use 3 to 188. Let's see what Gita Press says. By the way, the saha, tvaya saha, this tvayatik tritiya, we saw that, which is sahayukte pradhane, because tritiya starts from here. Then sahayukte pradhane, 2319, is when the saha, the thing like putrena saha agacchati. So when something with, when with is there, then with the with, and with the with, titiya is used. Titiya. So in any word, the saha means not the word saha, but saha, sakam, sardham, any in the meaning of saha, meaning of sahayukte pradhane. Thus we can justify the titiya and tvaya, sahayukte pradhane. So 2, 3. See, I don't know how much to keep on repeating because we can repeat more and more because these we have learned now many times. It says saharthena yukte apradhane tvitiya vyaktir bhavati putrena saha agataha. So when there's a meaning, when this putraha is apradhanaha, he came with the father. So father came, and then the son just came with him. So son is apradhanaha, and the word saha has been used, or the meaning of saha is for saha, or you can, doesn't have to be saha, it can be a meaning of saha also. So that anyway, the sutram is 2319. Sahayukte pradhane. Okay, translation says that here too. So here too is iha from the prior shloka. It also tells you one thing: the shloka only counts the number of syllables. Doesn't tell you when the sentence is over or not.
Satishji?
Yes.
Kankshitam.
Yes.
What is the dhatu used there?
Kanksh.
Kanksh.
Dhatu is kanksh. In Gita, na shochati na kankshati.
Also, in Gita there is Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna.
Ye nakangshe vijayam Krishna cha rajyam sukhani cha. Very good. Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogai jivitena va. Yesham. Chapter 1 of Gita. Very good. I'm proud of you, Vasu. Very good. And then also chapter 12. Yuna shochiti nakankshit shubhasho parityagi bhaktiman yassame priyaha. Yeah, nakankshati. So this I think so. So kanksh is a dhatu, kanksha. I think it's bhadigana only it is. Okay, so here too. Yes, go ahead.
Dhatu Vritti says kakshi, kankshayam or something.
Yeah, so then which sutra would Numagama tell me? Practice. So that is
Iditonam dhatu.
Very good. Iditonam dhatu. So it's kakshi in dhatu partha. So let's look at dhatu partha for a second. We should be right here. So that iditonam dhatu means a num agamaha. Iditonam dhatu. In fact, I'm glad you asked that because now, okay, let's take step by step. So kanksh, here kanksh, which is kakshi. So kankshaya, iditonam dhatu. Now, why is it important here, Vasu? Can you tell me by any chance? If it were just kangshin dhatu partha, what would have happened? In fact, we should have known that. We should have known this is not Kanksh in Dhatu Patha. It should be Kakshi. Now, how should we know that, Vasu? If it had been Kanksh, what would have happened?
So you mean if it had?
Let's say in the Dhatu part, instead of having Kakshi, we had Kanksha. Let's say like that. What would have been the problem in this?
Parasmaipadam Atmanipadam.
No. That, be very careful. That is only on the it letter, okay? The Anudatta Gnita. There's only Anudatta Gnita on the it letter. So this is not this is the Dhatu's letter, not the it letter, okay? But so then what would have been? Anybody in the class? Let me see. Anuji is here. She's quiet. Anuji, any idea, Anuji?
Is it something like that? Nind.
Yes, very good. Correct. It is exactly like that. Very good. Okay. Anuji has a clue. Okay. What she's saying is that it is exactly like that. So what she's saying is that Dhatu Nidhi means to be happy. Nindati. Ninda is now. So let me just check that 1 second. I think you're on the right track here. So think. Where did that come? So actually, Nind is to criticize. So Nind is to criticize. So Nidhi Kutsaya. Nidhi. So Nindati means to criticize or to make fun of somebody, to put down somebody. So what would happen here if we had Nindita, Kankshi, exactly same thing. So which sutram would have created a problem here? Any guess? Okay. The sutram is 6.4.24. Aniditam halupada kiniti. This is 6.4.24. Aniditam halupada kiniti. So that sutram says that if the pratyaya following is kit, nyat, then the upadha nakara would take lopa. But aniditam. See, aniditam. Dhatu like bandha becomes baddha, right? So like, like that. So that bandha becomes, because dhatu bandha in the dhatu patha itself that's not an idit. That bandha is not it's not dhatu badhi. Dhatu is bandha itself in dhatu patha. Look at bandha. Look at dhatu. Bandha is listed as bandha bandhane. So if we had like that kankshayam, it becomes that nasal would have been lost. So that is why why Panini put some of them as idit and some of them as sakshat nakaravan dhatuho. Because when Panini doesn't want the nakar lopaha, then he puts that idit. When he wants nakar lopaha, he puts it as directly as nakar in dhatu patha. You understand that? So therefore, in fact, without looking at dhatu patha, we should have known that this cannot be kanksh in dhatu patha. Just like Anuji said, nindita. So nidhi. So that aniditam halupada kiniti cannot touch this dhatu. Because Pani says aniditam. Okay, good. So some nice, good discussion. Anyway, this is all practice. Okay, so good. So going with the translation, here too is iha and cha. My lords, he prabho, that is he prabho, and the ma is understood. You is tvam, have been asked, prasaditaha. You have been made to be graciously inclined. I mean, if you really want to read English like that, you have been asked. You have been actually asked. Is why. Emphasis. On many an occasion is bahutitham. For the nth time, you have been asked. In the past is purvam. See, that's why this translation is so good. They make sure every word is translated faithfully. This really is a great service Gita Press has done to us. You can learn the whole language via English without getting too scared, Anyway, I've said this many times. I keep saying the same thing over and over. But anyway, okay, in the presence is, on many occasions, bahutitham, in the past, purvam, the favor of taking me to the forest and spending some time there. That all should be in brackets. That is in brackets, okay? Of taking me to the forest, spending some time is in brackets. And then so you have been asked the favor prasadita. You ask the favor, prasaditaha. You've been asked the favor. And then probably in the commentary he will say, so in the commentary, and see the commentator says there, is bahutitam is bahuvaram, then vanavasasya leelartham vanagamanam prati prasaditaha. So you have been asked or even requested many times with regard to taking me with you to the forest and enjoying, sporting over there. So that's in the brackets. Says indeed is probably he. A journey is gamanam, with a view to spending some time in the forest. That's vanavasasya. That's that shashti being used. Vanavasasya is the okay. And then let's see what the commentator says is that vanavasasya. He says the same thing. Is that vanavasasya leelartham? He says vanavasasya leelartham. Okay. You supply the shashti is like that. It's really flexible. Some connection. You can always supply something to make more sense out of it. With a view to spending some time in the forest. With you is tvaya saha. Is longed for is kankshitam. And by me is understood. Maya. That you supply maya over here. Supply maya over here. Okay. So let's go to the next one here. Shuddhatman prema bhavadhi bhavishyami vikalmasha. Bhartaram manugachanti bharta hi paradaivatam. He Shuddhatman prema bhavadhi bhavishyami vikalmasha. Bhartaram anugachanti bharta hi paradaivatam. So Shuddha Atma yasya saha. I think is in the Arshavidya Gurukulam. There's a manager, his name is Shuddhatma, I think. Shuddhatma. So his name is Shuddhatma. Very nice man. So Shuddha Atma yasya saha. So Shuddhatman is Bahuri compound. Shuddha Atma yasya saha. Hey Shuddhatman. So like Rajan, of course Nakar Lopa doesn't happen here because of the Sutram. Nani sambuddhyoho. Because normally you would have had the Nalopa Prajapadikantasya. But 8 to 8, Nani sambuddhyoho stops that. Nani sambuddhyoho. If you do some practice, you can go on the website. So 8 to 8, Nani sambuddhyoho. He Shuddhatman. And then here we have a Tingantam Padam is Bhavishyami. This we have seen many times in the classes now, so we won't go detail. If you want to practice, you go on the website. Bhavishyami says Lit Lakaraha Syatasi Lutoho 3133. It's a very straightforward form. It's a straight dhatu. So we get the Guna Desha Echayo Ayavaha, then Ato Dirgo Yai. Very straightforward form. Okay, so Bhavishyami. We just did that many times. So Bhavishyami. And this is the Uttam Purusha Ekvachanam. So Karta can only be Asmad. Ekvachanam means Aham. Because Asmadyuttapade, Asmadyuttamaha, When Asmad is the Upapadam, then Uttam Purusha can be used. So Asmad means Ekavachanam can only be Aham. So I will become Vikalmasha Bhavishye Shuddhatman, Aham Vikalmasha Bhavishyami. Vikalmasha means like Vidhava. It's also we've seen many times, which is good to practice. Like Vidhava, so Vigataha Dhavaha Yasyaha Sa, Vigatam Kalmasham Yasyaha Sa, Vigata Kalmasha or Vikalmasha. Those are Sutra, the Vartikam is Purapadantar Gatasya Uttarapadasya Dhatujasya Lopo Vacha Ityartaha. So Pradibhyo Dhatujasya Lopo Va Uttarapada Lopaha. So this when there is a participle following this Pradi, in this case Vigata. So Vigata Kalmasha. So Vigata Kalmasha or Vikalmasha. Anyway, this is Vartikam on 2224. If you want to do some homework, look at the Vartikam. So basically these participles, when they go in Bahuvri compounds, then the Uttarapadam of the Purapadam can be optionally dropped. Dhatuja. Dhatuja is born from a dhatu. Basically a participle form. So this we get, you can have Vigata Kalmasha. So Vigata Vakyam will be Vigatam Kalmasham Yasyaha. Sa you get two forms. Vigata Kalmasha, Vikalmasha, same Bahuvri compound we can form, and then Saptami Visheshane Bahuvri how. Also with Nishtha also is there behind that. This is for the Purapada Nipataha. Purapada vyavastha, because nipata purvapada nipataha, because the Bahuvri compound, every term has a sanya of upasajanam, sarva upasajano Bahuvrihi, so we cannot use upasajanam purvam, so Panini has specific rules for that, and the main rule is saptami visheshane Bahuvrihav. That's a sutram, so by that, so 2 again, something which we have seen repeatedly, so 2 to 35, this one for the Purnipataha, and then we get Purnipataha. Then Purnipata for Vigata, and then of course Supluk as usual. Then by this Vartikam, so compound is already formed, but the Vartikam allows us to remove that Gata. So Gatapadam Gachati, Apagachati, that Gata is gone now. And then we get in the Striyam, we have the Pratyaya, Tap, Ajadyata, Tap. The same thing as Vidava, very straightforward, So I will become free of any blame, free of blemish, free of sin. He Shuddhatman. So this is like you who are very pure at heart. So you should understand the fact that I will also become Vigata Kalmasha. And then how will I become Prema Bhavad? He is again indeed or because. Prema Bhava, so Premnaha Bhavaha, the feeling of love. And this is probably Hetau. See, in the sense of Hetau, Tritiya is used by the Sutram Hetau. But then Panchami is also allowed, so the Sutram is Hetau. That is for Tritiya, but then comes Vibhasha Gunestriyam. So Panchami can also be used. So due to an account of my feelings of affection, of course towards you, I will become free, because you are already a Shuddhatma. And then I will also become free of any blemish by my affection towards you, by my feeling of affection, or on account of that, on account of that, and then there's an adjective, aham anugachanti, I who am anugam is to follow, anugachanti is a present participle, shatranda pradipedikam, and a following, we'll do that in a second in the document, but bhartaram anugachati, so bhartaram anugachati, so bhartaram. So this sutram is bhartru. So bhartaram anugachanti, this bhartru pradipedikam bhartaram. So we can use this sutram over here, bhartaram. So we can see this one here. So of course first we get bhartru plus The has the sanya of, let me see, Anuji wants to do this. You want to do this, Anuji? Bhartaram, you want to give us the steps? Bhartru plus then gets the Sarvanamasthana Sanya.
Sarvanamasthana. So you will get 7, 7, 3. I forget the number.
It's 1, 1, 10.
Oh, not this one. Oh, yeah.
The first we get Sarvanamasthana Sanya by Srudanapumsakasya. And then we can use 7, 3,
7, 3, 1, 10.
No, 7, 3, 1, 10. Rutoni Sarvanamasthana. Rutoni Sarvanamasthanayoho. So that is this sutram here. So we have Angasyatikara, Rudantam Angam, followed by the Pratyaya Ni, which you don't have right now. But Sarvanamasthana Pratyaha, then this Angam takes the Gunadesha. Uranrapara. So we get Bhartar plus Now what's your favorite sutram? Which is how we get Upada Dirgha. How do we do that, Anuji?
Yes.
We'll have to use this one.
It's not Aptantrich.
It is this one.
Yeah. Yeah. 641.
Aptantrich, Swastru, Naptru, Neshtru, Twashtru, Kshatru, Hotru, Potru, Prashastrunam. But this Dhatu Bru has been used from Bhartru. So Trichatran has been used. So one who supports, here means a husband, but one who supports. So Bhartaram. So practice these rules. So we have to use 7, 3, 1, 1, 10, then use 6, 4, 11. So Bhartaram anugacchati. In English, these becomes indeclinable, like following, or but in Sanskritam they are adjectives. So anugachanti is now adjective to aham. Aham Sita. Mama Bhartaram anugachanti. Prema bhava dhi vikalmasha bhavishyami. So following my husband, I will become, so, oh, He Shuddhatman, I will also become free of any sin, any blemish, due to my affection towards you. And then, this is a separate sentence, Bharta hi paradaivatam, that husband alone is the supreme deity, paradaivatam. Husband alone is, because the husband alone is supreme deity, paradaivatam. Now here, of course, paradaivatam is Karmadharya compound. See, Bharta, here you have the, you get the, in this case we had to use the Rudushanas, that is 7171. Rud, Ushanas, Rudushanas, Purudamsas, Sanehas, Rudushanas, Purudam, So Neha Samcha. Rudushanas, Purudam, So Neha Samcha. Anyway, Rudantam, when you have Angam for Pratyas, Supratyaha. It's the Anangadesha. So we get Bhartan. Then again we can use the same thing which we did before. We can use that same, so to get the Upadadhirgha. Okay, now this is a separate sentence, Bharta, because indeed the husband is the supreme deity. So Param cha sau daivatam cha, state Param cha adaha, Param cha adaha daivatam cha. Parancha tad daivatam cha. So it's straightforward Karmadharya compound adjective noun. Now a little bit of grammar here is that we had this anugachanti. Okay. Now we saw this sutram in the previous class, Sasya Devata, which is not the topic right now, but there Panini has used the word Devata in the sense of Deva. Even in the previous class we were talking about the no, sorry, Thursday class. I'm confusing the classes now. Thursday class. We had this in last Thursday. We used this Brahmam Astram. Remember that's in the Thursday class. Looked at this from Brahmam Astram, Sasya Devata, when the Ravanaha, not Ravana, sorry, Shri Ramaha, he finally employs the Brahmastra. So Brahmam Astram. At that time, we use the sutram Sasya Devata, which here it is Sasya Devata. So, Brahma Asya Devata, Brahmam Astram. Anyway, the thing is that in that sutram, Panini used the word Devata. So that it becomes a Nyapakam. That this Deva, Pradipadikam, can take the Pratyaya Tal Swarte. Swarte Tal. So, Ihaiva Sutre. Nipatanad Deva Shabdat Swarte Tal. So that Deva and Deva. So Deva Eva Devata. And then Devata Eva Devatam. How about that? So we got Swarte Tal. Of course, after we get Tal, we add Ajadyata Shtap on top of it. And then we get, so Devaha Eva Devata and Devata Eva Devatam. You can make it like that. So we get Devata. There's another Swarte. Artha Parivartanam Vinasvartha. So we get Prajnadibhyascha. So Prajnaha eva Prajnaha. Bandhureva Bandhavaha. Rakshaha eva Rakshasaha. Manaha eva Manasam. And so all these words are this Swarte. So Prajnadibhyascha. So we take Devata and Swarte and Rubanda Lopaha. I said the good news is once you get the sutram in Tadita, so the steps are easy. So Taditeshwar Chamadehe. Then Yachibam Yasyeti Cha Daivatam. So Deva Eva Devata. But the Nyapakam of Sasya Devata. Ihaiva Sutre Nipatana Deva Shabda Swarte Tal. Ajadyata Shtap. Akasama Dirgha. Then Devata Eva Devatam. By the Prajnadibhyascha. Anyway. So, and now Anugachanti. And it comes in Gita. Mitram Eva Maitra Karuna Eva Cha. Maitraha. So Mitram Eva Maitraha. So comes in Gita 12.3. Okay, now Anugachanti. This is this present participle. So add the Pratyala Vartamani Lat. Lata Shatrishana Chava Prathama Samanadikarane. But then many times we see it being used Prathama Samadhikarane, like right now. Right now is Prathama. Anugachanti is Prathama. This is declined like Nadi now. Prathama Ekvachan. How do we justify that? This also we see in the class many times, is that anuvritti of let was coming down for Panini from 3 to 123. Still Panini says lataha. So lat iti vartamane punar lat grahanam. Kvachit prathama samadhikarane api is sometimes it's like atidesha. So that is use an excuse to extend that these shatra and shanach being used prathama samadhikarane. So that aham is in prathama here. This is samadhikarana with that, but still shatra pratyaya is being used. And of course in Bhagavad Gita, favorite shloka which we have mentioned many times, Pashchan Shunvan Sprishan Jigran Nashnan Gachan Sapan Shwasan Pralapan Nisujan Grunhan Nishan Nimishan Napi. All is Prathama. Look at all of these. They are all in Prathama. Pashchan Shunvan Sprishan Jigran Nashnan Gachan. In fact, Gachan. You have it right here. Gachan. Sapan Shwasan Pralapan Nisujan Grunhan Unmishan Nimishan. They are all in Prathama. But of course, this is in Pullinga. So this is all the same sutram, so we have to basically extend that to Prathama Samadhikarane Pikvachitta. Okay, so we got the Pratyaya Shatru and then Anubandha Lopaha by Lashakvatadite. In the meanwhile, of course we get Kartari Shap, we get Anubandha Lopaha. Before we do that, we can do the Ishugami Yamam Chaha Shitipare. So 7377, let it become Icha. Ichchati, Gacchati, Yachchati. So Ishu, Gami, Yama, Cha, 7377. 7377, this is Ishu, Gami, Yamam. So these three dhatus take the Chakara desha, Alontyasya, when Shiti Parataha. So we have the Pratyaya Shap, which is here. So same step as in Gacchati. If you want to take a shortcut, what do? You take the Prathama Purusha Bhavachanam Gacchanti, remove the Anti, add the At. Because there will be the same steps there, because there also will be Shap, followed by Pratyaya, which is Ajadi, Nit Pratyaha. So whatever steps you get when G is there, you only get the same step when Shatra is there. So it becomes, so anyway, so Ishu, Gamiyamam Chaha, then Checha, Tukagamaha, Adyantau Takitau, Anubandha Lopaha, and then Stoshchanaschuho, Anubandha Lopa everywhere, Lashakvatadite, Upadeshijananasikait, Adantyam, and then Atogune, Achat. After that, in the feminine, we get Ugitascha, and Ugit. The Prajapadikam is Ugit. Then the Pratyaya Nip comes there. 416 Ugitascha. We just used Nebhyo, Nip in Bhikshini. Now we're using Ugitascha. And then the important thing now is that the Numagamaha comes. One of these four rules which are very, very confusing. Very, very confusing. 7178 to 781. Favorite exam questions all the time. These are all about the Numagamaha. The first one is the Nishedha, Navyastachatuhu. That is a Nishedha for the Num which is already Praptaha by Ugitacham Sarvanamasthane Dhatoho. Second is a Vikalpaha for that same. So these two, 7178, 79, connect with this 7170. They're all about Num. All these four sutras are about Num. But kindly enough, Panini again puts Achi Nadyor Num. This is Apraptasya Vidhanam. So he prescribes Num. If you have a Avarnantam Angam, followed by She, Napumsakalinga Dvivachanam, that is, or by Nadi, Achi Nadyor Num. And then Shap Shanor Nityam. But if this Avarna is belong to Shap or Shan, then Nityam. So basically, if you do some homework, 7181. We spent a whole class on these four sutras almost. In a Saturday class, we spent like 1 hour on these four rules. So if you want to practice, you can go at 781. Numagamaha, and then of course, Miduchantyat Paraha, and then Anubandha Lopa, Anugachanti. Okay, so the translation becomes that He Shuddhatman Aham Mama understood Mama Bhartaram Anugachanti Prema Bhavadhi Vikalmasha Bhavishyami. One more thing is that see dhatus bhu, us, etc. in the sense of to be, they don't take a karma, because the karma should be different from the karta. Okay, it's kind of obvious, but it should be different. Okay, when like Ramaha Sitam Pashyati, so Sita is different from Ramaha. It's obvious. But here when you use bhu or us like that, then for example here, aham vikalmasha bhavishyami. This vikalmasha is not the karma of bhavishyami. It is the same as aham. It's samadhikaranam with aham. It is not the karma. So don't make the mistake of thinking dvitiya here. This doesn't have the karma sanya. It doesn't have the karma sanya. Okay, so I will become free of blemish because this is he. I would say yasmat, definitely yasmat, because the husband is the supreme deity for the devatam. Okay, let's see what Gita says. Following anugachanti, my understood. Husband is bhartaram, into bracket to the forest, which is understood, with loving devotion, prema bhavad, with a feeling of love. I think it's with means that as the cause, on account of that, I shall be bhavishyami. I shall surely be is he. This he is indeed surely. Of course, sandhi there, by the way, is that jayohanyatarasyam. Sandhi operation going there. This hakara becoming dhakara. Jayohanyatarasyam. To the practice, go on the website 8462. So surely is he absolved from all guilt. Kalmasha, like in the blemish, blame, sin, So absolved means vigatam kalmasham. We read that already. Yasya hasa. O pure-minded prince, he shuddha atma yasya saha. For, that is the for. This is the he, yasmat, for, because the husband is bharta, is the supreme deity for a wife. For a wife in bracket, supreme deity is Pradevata. Okay. Pretya bhave hi kalyana sangamo me sada tvaya. Shutir hi, there's a typo here. Should be shruyate punya brahmananam yashasvinam. Pretya bhave hi kalyanaha sangamo me sada tvaya. Shrutir hi shruyate punya brahmananam yashasvinam. Okay. So pretya bhave hi kalyanaha sangamaha me sada tvaya. Shrutihi, akusasajushoruho, shrutihi hi shruyate punya brahmananam yashasvina. Okay, now these are kind of two sentences. This is kind of like an illustration or like a supporting statement to the first statement. First statement says pretya bhave. This pretya is an avyayam here, okay? Pretya is an avyayam. Comes in Bhagavad Gita. Ashadhaya hutan dattan tapastaptan krutan chayata. Asadityuchyate partha nachatat pretya no iha. The pretya is an avyayam, means like paralokaha, like afterlife, or in the after state. So pretya can be taken as also a lyavantam, having gone. See, it's a classic case where this pretya means having departed, but it has now become an amvyayam, meaning that paralokaha. So, or in the commentary, so let's go to this document. So pretya is an amvyayam here, and so pretya means pretya bhave api sharirantara parigrahe api, even on taking another body. Paraloke api. So pretya in the departed state. In the departed state, or in the afterlife, in the state of afterlife. You can say afterlife, how about that? Afterlife. So bhava is in the state of afterlife. So, or simply in the other world. This is like an idiomatic word, pretya bhave. Pretya bhava is in the departed state, in the other world, in the next life. That means pretya bhave hi. Again, there is a he. Again, a he. Lot of he's coming here. So yes, this is probably yasmat, for. This is a supporting statement to the first statement. And the first he you have a choice. You can say, let's see what the commentator says and what Gita says. You can say either because, or it could be indeed, surely. Kalyana, like auspicious, beneficial, good, just simply good, something which is nice, good, auspicious. Sangamaha tvaya saha, tvaya sada, I'm sorry. Tvaya is, by the way, it's the sutram which we saw before about the sahayukte pradhane. That saha does not have to be mentioned, okay. In fact, let's go back to the sutra for one more second. We just saw sahayukte pradhane. It says that vina api saha shabdena bhavati. Because Panini himself has used that, so vriddho yona and so on. So vina api saha shabdena tritiya bhavati. So tvaya saha is understood, okay, understood. So sangamaha, so union with you, meeting with you is, and this you have to supply some dhatu bhu ras over here. So for me, or my meeting, me sangamaha, my meeting with you. Sangama, gam is to go, sangama is to like go together or to join or to meet, So my meeting with you, or always, my being always with you, my union, my ever union with you is wonderful, is nice, is good, is beneficial, even in the other world. So even in the other world, you can say he, you can say api. I'm taking it api. So even in the departed state, even in the next life, my constant union with you would be wonderful, would be nice. I would say in English I would just say nice, would be nice. And then it says because he, Shrutihi shruyate. But the shruyate is simple passive form, the pratyaya yak. I didn't put all the steps in the document. It's shru plus lat lakara karmani. But shrutirhi, because a veda vakyam, shrutir is, is veda. Shruyate is shrutihi, that which is heard. Not composed but heard. So shrutihi. So veda vakyam hi shruyate. In this context, there is a punya, the meritorious or a pious, punya, meritorious, pious statement in the Veda, which is, brahmananam yashasvinam. So again, shashti here. You can supply mukhat. You can say from the mouth of the brahmanas, of the glorious brahmanas. This auspicious Veda vakyam is heard, means it is famous, it is well known. See, it is heard means what? Heard means not like heard. Heard means that it is well known. It is popular. Popular, you can say, popular, well known. So shruyate, shru plus lat lakaraha is karmani. So karmani means first thing you think of bhava karmanoho. Atmanepadam. Bhava karmanoho. Of course, we won't do, this is a very straightforward example. So bhava karmanoho atmanepadam. So this is because it's a passive form. Because shruti shruyate, so a prathama purusha ekavachanam. Prathama purusha ekavachanam. Pratyata comes in. So shru plus lat anubandha lopaha, shru plus ta. In the meanwhile, sarvadhatuke yakka. The kartari shap is a apavada for sarvadhatuke yak, because, so I should say, or actually we can take from the prior sutra, we can take bhava karmanoho. So bhava karmanoho sarvadhatuke. So yak is actually a default pratyaya. That is, you can say, we can take bhava karmanoho from the prior sutram, sarvadhatuke yak. Pratyaya yak comes. So shru ya plus ta, then tita atmanipadanam tere, shru ya te, then shruyate. Why? Akrit sarvadhatikayoho dirghaha. Akrit sarvadhatikayoho. So practice all these rules, please. We have used them repeatedly in daily examples in the class repeatedly. Unless, and one thing I will tell you now, that this book is coming to an end. Yes, Anuji has a, yes, Anuji.
Satishji, won't 7 for 28 apply?
That's the only ring. Why will not apply? Tell me.
Isn't that yak there?
Very good. But what is, you know what I would do? Look at the vritti, Anuji. See what it says. Always you should check like a lawyer. Just like a.
Oh, this is not dirgha.
No.
Hmm?
Let's see. 7 for 28. Anuvritti, you missed it. It doesn't matter. Look at the vritti says that Rakarantasya. Ritaha.
Oh.
It's okay,
Oh,
but at least remember Sutram yak. Always check the vritti. So
I
she,
just remembered yak.
yeah, but see, she yaki yada varzuke lingicha ritaha. Ritaha. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Well, you're very close. But always check the
Too
vritti.
far off.
That is the Supreme Court, you know. So when the Ashtadhyayi is a constitution, but the Supreme Court, they pass judgments and they interpret the constitution in various cases, right? And the statements which they make, they're as good as the law. That is the vritti. That is the Supreme Court. But as Supreme Court, the vritti doesn't come from the sky, because Bhattacharya Dikshita and all these great Brahmanas, they sit with all these, it's like a Supreme Court basically. Supreme Court of Vyakaranam. And then they make judgments. They pass verdicts, you know, then which can of course be appealed and etc. And finally the Supreme Court judgment comes down as the vritti. So that vritti to us is as good as the constitution, as the law, which is Ashtadhyayi. So this vritti, anyway, good. So yak, you are very close, but the anuvritti of ru is coming down there, ritaha. So we have to use right now the akrus sarvadika dirghaha. So get shuyate, that's okay, the digadeshaha. So punya is an adjective here. So punya shrutir hi shuyate, because this very meritorious, auspicious, sacred, I say sacred. This sacred word is heard. Means it is popular, is well known. It is heard from Brahmananam Yashasvinam. Of course, Yashasvin Pratya Vinihi. Sutram is in the adhikara of Matup, in the area of Matup is in this adhikara of Matup. So as antam, what the sraj, maya, some of these take the pratya vinihi. So that sutram will be here. It is here. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. So become yashasvin. So 5 to 121 we have seen in the class many times. So asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. So we did this in the class. Asantas yashas. Maya medha sajiti. This is all copy paste. Iti ete vyascha matvarthe vinihi tadita syat. Example we did was tejasvi, yashasvi, and so on. So let me see. I think we had derived this example. Give me one example. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Okay, here it is. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Anyway, not able to find it right now, but we have done this many times in the class. So basically we'll follow the same steps as this one, Sragvin. So just we have Sragvin over here. So Yashas asyasti and Prashastam Yashaha. Because this is Prashamsaya Matup. You see Matup is in many specialized senses. Prashamsaya Matup. So one who is glorious, very, very praiseworthy glory. So we take Yashas plus Su plus Vinihi, 5 to 121, Anubandhalopaha, then Supluk. And then what happens is that in this case when you have Yashas, normally Yashas will have got the Padasanya by Swadishvasarnamasthani. So Yachibham won't apply here. But Tasaumatvarthe, 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 1419, Tasaumatvarthe. But the Sutram says that if you have a takara or sakaraha, you know, followed by the matvartha pratyaha, then that term does not get the pasanya, gets the bhasanya, tasau matvarthe, very important, because otherwise your Sasachishoru would have come here. There would have been a problem. So to stop that, we need to stop the padasanya. So we get the, and this is in the akadara ekasanya. So that's why we get only one sanya. So the padasanya is no longer there. So tasau matvarthe. Tanta santau bhasanyau staha matvarthe pratye parataha. So the because yashas gets the bhasanya, pasanya. So we don't get sasajusho, ruho, yashasvin. Yashasvin pradipadikam. Okay, let us see what the of course Shruti is pratama ekvachanam striyam tin. He is, and then the next shloka gives you what the Shruti is the next shloka. Let's do this one first. It says that, okay, my union, so me sangamaha, with you is toya. Saha is understood, okay? The tritiya suggests the saha. So, so toya, saha, will continue. Forever is sada. Sada is forever. They put will continue here. Okay, we look at the comment. It says will continue. That should be in brackets forever. And will be a source of blessedness is kalyana. Will be blessed, blessedness. Even is the he. I think that he is like api. Api. Hereafter is pretyabhave. Let's see what the commentator says. Pretyabhave mrutva shirantra parigrahe api त्वया सह संगमः कल्याणः दिव्य सुख हेतुः अत इह संगमस्य कल्याणत्वं कैमुतिक न्याय सिद्धम इति भावः. कैमुतिक न्याय means what is there to kimuta. Kaimutika means what is there to say that even in the afterlife, if it is going to be blessed for me, then right in this life surely it should be blessed. So it is called this kaimutika nyaya. Means that if that is the case, then this is obvious. There's no need to say kaimutika nyaya. Okay, then it says that I don't know where it says that will continue is probably is supplied by Gita Press because sada tvaya kalyana. So it will be that will be is supplied with it will continue. I'm not seeing any specifically commentators saying that. Okay. Kalyanya. Okay, so I guess they've supplied the will continue. Forever is sada, and will be a source of blessedness is kalyana. Even is the he in the sense of api, and hereafter is pretyabhave. On this subject, that is this, this is understood from the context, okay? Asmin vishaye, asmin sandarbhe, asmin vishaye, or atra, in this subject, O highly powerful prince. They've taken two shlokas together. Okay. Let's do the next one. We'll come back to translation. Okay, they're taken two. That's the Mahabala. That Mahabala. So let's continue the next shloka because that is the Shruti. The Shruti which is referred to is this one. Iha loke cha pitrabhyar ya stri yasya Mahabala adbhir datta sudharmena pretyabhave pitasya sa. So this is the Shruti. Iha loke cha pitrabhyar ya stri yasya Mahabala adbhir datta sudharmena pretyabhave pitasya sa. So iha loke means asmin loke in this verse. Cha pitrabhyih titya bhavachanam ya stri yasya, then he Mahabala adbhih datta swadharmena pretyabhave, which is the same word pretyabhave api tasya sa. For sandhikaram we know this ingaf padanta dati pretyabhave api. Now little bit of grammar here. Adbhih is a pratipadikam up, Strilinga pratipadikam, jalavachaka pratipadikam, this sense of water. Interesting, this water is feminine, water can also be neuter, jalam, etc. Anyway, this one is, so this lingam is chintaniyam. Is this gender does not follow, doesn't mean that all insentient things are neuter, and is also plural. So this is a plural feminine, nitya bhavachanantam pratipadikam. Nityam bhavachanantam pratipadikam. So it's always, and the sutram is apobhihi. Apobhi. This sutra we have seen in the classes. Apobhi. So apobhi. I'm sorry. 7440. It becomes adbhi. We get the, in fact, right here, dodadghoho apobhi. So this, the datta is from dodad. If you want to do some homework, look at 7446 for find the word datta. Dodadghoho. This da gets the datta desha. Dodadghoho. And then similarly up also gets this dakara desha. This takara, this is achupasargataha, gets the takara desha here, apobhihi. So dodadghoho is here, it gets the datta desha. So then, when does it get datta desha? Is tikiti, tadau kiti. So datta has the same nishtha pratyakta. So da plus kta, anubandhalope, da plus ta is anudatta upadesha. So 7 to 10. Eka chupadesha anudattat will stop. 7 to 35. Then do dadghoho. This will take because the pratyaya is tadau kiti. The pratyaya is ta, is takaradi, is a kit pratyaya. Of course, when you see takaradi and all that, you have to first remove the it. So the shakvatadite, tasya lopaha. Then we get do dadghoho. Dodadghoho. Very simple sutram, dodadghoho. The 7446, 7448. If you want to just we've done these in the daily examples. Dodadghoho we have done. I'm sorry, we have done the apobhi. Dodadghoho we done in this class. Dodadghoho. Gusanyakasya da ityasya dat syat tado kiti. So become dat ta, then karicha. Datta. And then apobhi says that up ityetasya angasya bhakarado pratyaparataha to ityayam adesha bhavati adbhihi. So that is the vritti for this one. So anyway, practice these rules, so it becomes adbhihi and datta. So 7446 for datta, and then datta is of course a feminine form, is qualifying stri, so you get the ajajata shtap, and then for adbhi it's 7448. Okay, so in this world, ya nari, ya stri, the woman who has been given adbhi, means by offering water, with water. This is the custom, you kind of offer the water, which means that to solemnize the marriage, solemnize the event, to solemnize the donation, to solemnize the occasion, whatever. So that is the custom. Adbhi datta. And then yasya. It's like, this is again a shashti, a little bit used loosely. It's kind of yasmai, because it's dhatu da, requires really a chaturthi to be used, like gurave gam dadati. So that is the sutram which is, we have seen of course repeatedly, which is the karmana yam abhipraiti sasampradanam. Karmana yam abhipraiti sasampradanam, 1432, in chaturthi sampradane by 2313. So Chaturthi Sampradane by 2313. So, but here instead Chaturthi has been used. So then we have, instead Shashti has been used. This is again the Shashti Shesha, that you can take, Shesha Vivakshayam. You can always use Shashti. Or you can supply something. Yasya Prityartham, Yasya Hitartham. Something, you can also supply something there. So that is the Shesha basically. Shashti Shesha. So, in this world, a woman who is given with water, unto whom, he Mahabala, this is the Bhuvri compound, Mahad Balam Yasya Saha, Mahad Balam Yasya, we've seen this many times really, and the sutram is An Mahataha, Samadhikarana Jati Yayoho, this Mahat is the Akara Desha Alontyasya, An Mahataha, Samadhikarana Jati Yayoho, so and then Akasame Dirghaha, becomes Mahabala, simple Bhuvri compound, 2 to 24, and then by 6346 we get the an mahata samadhikarana jatiyayoho. So, he Mahabala, Swadharmena. So Swadharmaha is in accordance with Swadharmanusarena. So we can say on account of or following his own dharma. Then Pretya Bhave Pitasya Sa. Even in the other world, even in departed state, she is his. She is with him, she is his. So a woman who is given in this world by the parents, Pitrubhi is Bahuvachanam. Now how do we justify that? The commentator says is Pitrubhi is Pitamaha Dhyapekshaya means his father, grandfather. Pitru Pitamaha Matradibhir. Pitru Pitamaha Matradibhir, which means his father, grandfather, mother. So the Pitrubhi means by the elders. So Pitru means father, but it means like father, grandfather will include us. So by the family, by the elders, by the fathers, etc. The woman who is given with water, for whom, by in accordance with his own dharma or their own dharma, you should say, she is his even in the other world. Because here she says that even in the other world my union with you will be very auspicious, And how do I say that? Because there is a Shruti which is heard. This is pious sacred word which is heard from the mouth of the glorious Brahmanas, that a woman who is given according to the proper custom, you can say adbhi, by the fathers, by the parents, parents in this world, according to the own dharma, she is his even in the next world. Now look at this word translation. It says that on this subject that is understood, okay, asmin vishaye, O highly powerful prince, that is the Mahabala. So Mahad Balam Yasya Saha, and 6346 An Mahataha Samadhikarna Jatiya Yoho is heard, Shruyate, from the lips. See, the lips is to be supplied, okay? So Brahmanana Mukhad or Mukhebhyaha of the celebrated Yashasvina, Brahmanana. The following is understood. See, that's in this language we don't say nimnokta, that we don't have to say the following. So the following is understood. You can say idam, or you say iyam shrutihi, this shrutihi. Even that, so this when something is immediately following, we don't have to say the following. That's in brackets. So that's the way the English language is. Sanskritam they don't say like that. So the following, holy is punya, shruti text of course shrutihi. Even is the api. In the other world is pretya bhave, paraloke pi. A woman is stri, continues to be the wife of that very man. So tasya sa. So sa bharya bhavishyati. Tasya means of that man, of that very man. It is yat tat construct, right? So yasya and tasya. So yasya datta tasya sa, of that very man. To whom is yasya. Let's see, to whom, but the shashti is used. Yes, that's a sheshe, shashti sheshe. She was given. So ya datta, one who was given, datta is given away in this world. Iha loke, in this world is asmin loke, in this world. By her parents is pitrubhi, with water in their hands. In the hands is understood. Okay, so adbhi, into bracket, in order to solemnize the event, according to the moral code binding on them. So swadharmena, swasya dharmena. Swadharma is given by commentators in different ways here. Swadharma, he says that kanya dana dharmena. One of the ways, swajatiya kanya dana dharmena. Or we can say one more thing is we can make swadharmena with pretya bhave. Swadharmena now can become pativrata dharmena. So a woman who is given in this world to whom, she becomes his when she follows the pativratyam, pativrata. So pativrata dharmena. So that is, so we can take it this side or this side. Take it this side becomes swa jatiya kanyadana dharmena. So one who's, just for Gita process taken, which is in accordance with the moral code is dharma, which is binding on them, which is according to their dharma. So you can take swadharmena with pitrabhi, with who, when the parents give their daughter in accordance with the moral code which is there. Or we can take it down here. Let's see what the other thing is. Swadharmena swavarnokta brahmadi vivaha vidhina. There is various vivaha vidhis, vidhayaha. So there are different kinds of marriages. Anyway, it is so in accordance to the type of marriage which is appropriate for them. One way to look at it, we can take it, as going in this side, that pativratyam. So that you can pativratyena, pativratya dharmena. So we can take it like that. Okay, I think then we got everything here. So time is running out. All right, let me just maybe introduce the next shloka, and but for next time we'll finish this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shlokas left. If finish one, and then here if you want to do some homework, you can read this Raghuvamsha Kavyam, chapter 9. So we start from chapter 9, and in 2 weeks from now we're going to finish chapter 12. So chapter 9 starting from here, 10, 11, 12. We did, because our old class which finished that continued with Raghuvamsha. So Raghuvamsha Kavyam started from here, from this book on this page. We started Raghuvamsha Kavyam, and from there we continued in the Thursday class to finish chapters 10, 11, and 12, which are going to finish in 2 weeks now. That is the continuation. But anyway, okay, let's try to look at this one. Evam asmat swakam narim suvrittam hi pativratam nabhirochayase netum tam mam keneha hetuna. Evam asmat swakam narim suvrittam hi pativratam nabhirochayase netum tam mam keneha hetuna. So evam asmat swakam narim suvrittam hi pativratam. Lot of he's coming all over the place, because he can be indeed again, because indeed, I think probably indeed here. Na abhirochayase netum tvam mam kena iha. Of course, keneha is adgunaha, kena iha hetuna. So evam is anina prakaran, is an avyayam. So thus asmat is a savanama shabdaha, idam, and if you want to do some homework again, you have to, of course, the pratyaya is nyasi. Nyasi takes the smat adeshaha by the sutram smat smidau, nyasi nyoho smat smidau. And in asmat, what happens is that in the right below tadadi namaha, we get the halilopaha. So practice these rules, please, for homework. You can go on the website and we get halilopaha. So halilopaha and the nyasinyo smatsmino. Panchami ekvachanam pratipadikam idam. So practice 72113 for homework. Which is done on the website. Many examples are there. So asmat swakam narim. Swa is a sarnama shabda in certain meanings. Swa is basically 4 meanings. Atma, atmiya, and then nyati and dhanam. Nyati dhanam. And in the first 2 it gets a sarvanam, it's a sarvanama shabda. Now so atma and atmiya means oneself and belonging to oneself. And then it can also be Nyati, it can also be relatives, or Dhanam. So it can also mean like Nisvaha is Daridra, one who has no money, Nisvaha. So Swaha can be, Swa can be Dhanam, Swa in the sense of Nyatihi, Swa in the sense of Atma, oneself, and Atmiya, belonging to oneself. The most common of these is Atmiya. So comes in Gita. Sve sve dharmanya bhirataha, one of my favorite verses. Samsiddhin labhate naraha. So sve sve comes in chapter 80. Karmanya bhirataha. Samsiddhin labhate naraha. So karmanirata siddhi yatha vinidhi tachano. Yatha pravrittir bhutanam. Yena saram vidantatam. Here it is sve sve. So here, Swakarmanatam Abhyachya again, Swa. Anyway, so here is, now we have Swakam. Where did the Ka come from? This Ka can be taken as basically like a Swarte. This is Vartikam, which says Sarva Pratipatikebhya Swarte Kan. Sarva Pratipatikebhya Swarte Kan. So Kan can be used Swarte for any Pratipatikam. Of course, Kan has some other special meanings, but there's no, I think there's no special meaning here. So to fit the meter for, to sound idiomatically correct better. So Swam could have been easily fine here. Swam Narim. We made Swakam Narim. So this is the Sarva Pratipatikebhya Swarte Kan. And then is qualifying Narim. Again, remember this is the Sarvanama Shabda, doesn't have its own gender number case. So it's Swakam Narim. Your own, this is Bharya basically, your own wife. Suvrittam, simple Bahuri compound is Su, Shobhanam Vrittam Yasyaha Sa. So one whose conduct is, praise is nice, good conduct. So Su equals Shobhanam, Vrittam Yasyaha Sa. So that is the Bahuri compound. So Su is an avyam, it stands for Shobhanam. And of course Ajadyata, stop. So your own wife who is well behaved and Pativrata. Now Pativrata is like a Shaka Parthiva compound. So it is well, Shaka Parthiva is, you can say that, so Pati Sambandhi, also Pati Shushrusha Vratam. So that's Sambandhi or Shushrusha, Pati Seva Vratam. Pati Shushrusha Vratam. Or that Shushrusha Seva is understood. So Pati Seva Vratam, make it Pati Vratam. That is, this is the language. So it is understood that you can take it like a Shaka. So Shaka Priya Parthivaha. So Shaka Parthivaha. So this is, of course that is for a Karmadharya compound, but the same kind of principle can extend here also. Pati Seva Vratam. So Pati Seva, so Patihu Seva, Pati Seva Eva Vratam Yasyaha Sa. So one whose vow, one whose austerity is Pati Seva. That word Seva in between, that is understood. So it is not specifically mentioned. So it is Gamakatvat, it is Spashtatvat, it is, so Pativrata is you have to, so Vrata, okay, Vrata Vratam, so Pati Seva Eva, Vrataha Atva Vratam Yasyaha Sa. Is all Dvitiya Ekvachanam, Dvitiya Ekvachanam requires some support, and is Netum, Dhatu Ni Prapane, to take. And then, see, this is what happens. So simple sentence is, Na Abhirochayase. Dhatu ruch is to please. Now rochayati means to make pleasing. Means to like, basically, to like. So, for example, Mayyam Laddukam rochate is that Laddu is pleasing unto me. So that means that the Laddu is pleasing to me. But then, so that is the Laddu is now the doer. Laddukam Mayyam rochate. Modakam Mayam Rochate. Modaka is dear to me. Then you can say, you can take from this side and say is Modakam Rochayami. Means I make, I'm like making the Modakam pleasing unto me. Means basically I like. It simply means ichchasi, okay, a simple meaning. But rucha is to please, not to like, but to please. So he says, modakam mahyam rochate, means the modaka is pleasing me. So the modaka is the doer there. We can say then, aham modakam rochayami, means that I make the modaka please me. Means that I like it basically. I like it. That's what it means. So roche, say the atmanepadam. Anyway, this is a nijjantam. So nichascha we can try to use that. So simple sentence was, and this is the, of course you use thasas, say lat lakaraha, pratyaya nich has been used, so ruch becomes rochi. So first use, anyway, time is, let's stop here. I don't want to rush too much. So take this for homework. We try to build a sentence from tvam, because this is madhyam purusha ekvachanam. Tvam na abhirochayase. You don't like. You don't like what? To take. Oh, tvam is here. Tvam is here specifically. Is here. So we don't have to supply it. Tvam is here. So you don't like. And then mam netum nabhiro. You don't like to take me. And then that me has all these things behind it. Me, who is your own wife, who's well behaved, and who is devoted to her husband. Then kena hetuna. For what reason? You don't like to take me with you. You don't like to take me, who is your own wife. And evam means this thus. So she gave a lot of supporting evidence before that. So this being the case now. Asmat is, you can say asmat nagarat, asmat sthanat. You supply something. Always remember, pronoun depends on a noun. The noun is not here. So you can say purvoktat karanat. So for asmat means you can take it again hetau, for this reason. Or you can say asmat means from here, from this place. You don't want to take me. For what reason? You don't want to take me. Who's your own wife, who's well behaved, and who's devoted to her husband. So that is the shloka. And also for homework, you can look at the sutram which you have seen repeatedly is 3465 to justify the tumun in netum. The sutram is 3465, which is shaka drisha ghat. So shaka drisha nya gla ghata rabha krama saha arha astyarte sho. And no, sorry, wrong sutram. Wrong sutram. The sutram you want is this one, 3-3, because that's only for those specific dhatus, not only for these dhatus. Shaka drisha. We want this one for homework. Samana kartikeshu tumun icchartheshu. So when I desire something for oneself. So Bhagavad Gita chapter 11, dashtum icchamite rupam. So this we have. So icchartheshu, it had to be the same. So this rochi, when we did the hetumaticha, that rochi become icchartha dhatu now, sanadyanta dhatava. So in connection, when that is in upapadam, this is saptami, that is in upapadam, and samana kritikeshu. So why do you not want to take? So that to take, that tumun is justified by 33158. Okay, let's stop with that. Ramo rajamanis sada vijayate ramam ramesham bhaje. Ramenabhyata nishacharachimu Ramaya tasmai namaha Rama nasti paranam parataram Ramasya dasosmyaham Rame chittale sada bhautame bho Rama mamuddhara Rama rameti rame rame manorame Sahasranama tattuliyam Rama nama varanane Shri Rama nama varanana